today to talk about the amazing book Insurrection by Kadee Carter. And this book is a young adult science fiction novel that centers around this girl, Sailor, who she grew up in a girl's home and she really just kind of flies under the radar, not pushing her potential, even though she knows she could probably do better than she does, just because she doesn't want to get noticed and she wants more out of life. And so she brings in her three best friends and they embark on this fantastic, crazy journey, this crazy adventure that lands them on this remote island in the Caribbean where things are just weird and they don't really understand what's going on or why it's there, and that is where the story really just takes off once they're on this island. And it centers around Sailor, who goes from this girl who really just wants to fly under the radar to someone that wants to be the best that she can be and is pushing herself to be more than she ever thought she could be. And on this island some crazy things are trying to take over and they're there to try to fight them, and it's just a phenomenal story. I love the science aspect of it. It really brings in a new, fresh idea that even though it's still science that you may have already seen, but it's done in a way that hasn't been done before, and I absolutely love that. The whole story really does not remind me of anything, and I really appreciate that, especially in YA. It doesn't remind me of anything. It's unique and the characters are witty and well developed, and you just really fall in love with them, even in the points where you're like, you're being really annoying or you're being really harsh. You still fall in love with these characters because they are so real and just so well-rounded, and just the things that they come up with, that comebacks, and it's just witty, and I absolutely love the characters. And you have, this hunky Australian who doesn't love a story with a hunky Australian? I mean, come on. So I absolutely loved this story. So Insurrection is the first book in a trilogy, and I absolutely think as a first book it comes out and it just gets you going, gets you into the characters, gets you into the world, and I'm so looking forward to the second book. This is definitely one of those books where you know that the second book is going to be better. It's going to be even more phenomenal. You're going to get more in depth of the characters, more into the worlds, and it's just, when you're reading a series and the first book is just so phenomenal, you're like, there's no way they're going to be able to top this book. Even though this book is fantastic, it's great, you know that there's even more that can come out of this world and these characters. And so I'm so looking forward to the second book, and it definitely has the potential of being one of my favorite series. And if you're wondering about my rating, I'm going to give you my rating out of 10 because I hate a rating out of 5. So out of 10, I give this a 9 out of 10. It's fantastic. I love the characters' development, the plot, everything is so good. So you need to go read it. And if you're wondering where you can pick this book up, you can't find it in bookstores yet. I totally believe it's going to be in bookstores one day. But you can go to Amazon, and it's just an ebook, which I will put in all the information down below. And she's also going to be introducing her book on her blog, one chapter at a time. So if you want to read one chapter to see, hey, do I want to read this? Which you really, honestly, you should just go buy the book because it is fantastic. But if you want to try it out and see one chapter at a time, she is going to be introducing that on her blog. And again, I'll put all of her information down below, so you should go and follow her on Twitter, on her blog, on YouTube, all of that jazz, because she is fantastic and her writing really is just phenomenal. So that is Insurrection by Kadee Carter, the first book in a trilogy about these amazing, wonderful characters. So that is all I have to say. Guys, I hope you're having a great reading month, and go check her stuff out, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye! I'm gonna take a drink of coffee because it's delicious.